ઓમ શ્રી રામ જય જય રામ ઓમ શ્રી રામ જય રામ ઓમ શ્રી રામ જય શ્રી રામ જય રામ ઓમ શ્રી રામ જય રામ ઓમ શ્રી શ્રી રામ જય રામ ઓમ 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 ઓમ શ્રી રામ જય રામ જય રામ ઓમ શ્રી 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 રામ જય Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Om 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 Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Om 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 Shri Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Hari Om to everybody. Hari Om. No response. Can you hear?
Yes, Swami.
Oh, okay. Okay, Pranam. Okay. One sound is enough.
Yes, Swami.
So we are now entering into the 11th chapter, Vishwarupa Darshanam. Chapter 11 of the Bhagavad Gita, Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga, marks a turning point, not just in the dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna, but in the entire spiritual journey of the seeker. It is here that Lord Krishna, in response to Arjuna's deep longing, grants the divine eye, the inner vision, to perceive the cosmic form, the Vishwarupa. In a moment of divine grace, the personal transforms into the universal, and Arjuna beholds the infinite in all its power, beauty, and awe. This chapter is not about a spectacle, it is about awakening. It teaches us that life is far vaster and interconnected than we usually perceive. The same presence that dwells in our hearts also orchestrates galaxies, governs time, flows through the cycles of birth and death. The vision of the Vishwarupa reveals the totality of existence, terrifying in its grandeur, yet tender in its guidance. In daily life, this chapter offers profound shift in perspective. Often we are overwhelmed by events, people, or roles, seeing them as isolated or burdensome. But when we begin to see life itself as a sacred unfolding, our sense of control gives way to trust. Vishwarupa Darshana invites us to move from the narrow eye to the vast all, from fear to surrender. This booklet presents 10 carefully chosen slokas from chapter number 11, each paired with a life story that brings the Gita's message into our lived experience. Whether it is learning to accept change, witnessing the hidden hand of the grace in chaos, or discovering humility in the face of greatness, each incident mirrors Arjuna's journey from awe to insight, from confusion to clarity. Themes such as surrender, faith, impermanence, divine order, and the limits of intellect are explored with warmth and simplicity. This chapter reminds us that true transformation does not come by understanding God intellectually, but experiencing life as an expression of the divine. This is very important. This chapter reminds us that true transformation does not come by understanding God intellectually. However much we try, it will be a failure. The glass space is trying to understand the vast space. It cannot, Unless the glass enclosure is broken, it can't. Similarly, the God in us, unless it comes out of the embodiment, it cannot embrace the universal reality. The true transformation does not come by understanding God intellectually. We try to understand, like any other object. like any other person, like any other situation, like any other theories, we try to intellectually understand God. There we fail. No doubt, intellect points out, that's all. It has got its own limitation. It tries to draw from what is available, what is visible, what is tangible, what is palpable. But that which is beyond this, it cannot be. That is why all Mahatmas, including Papa, who will say that, no? Don't be guided by what is written. These are all helpful, but ultimately one has to reflect and go within. That is why Shankaracharya, after writing all these commentaries on various, probably he thought we may get halted there and try to intellectually understand. He wrote that wonderful Nirvana Shakti, where he clearly mentions all these novables are deleted. Mano buddhi ahankara chittani na aham. Na cha shrotra jihve na cha grana netre. Na cha vyoma bhumi na tejo na vayu chitananda rupam shivoham shivoham. Consciousness. Absolute. So this chapter reminds us that the true transformation does not come by understanding God intellectually, but by experiencing life as an expression of the divine. Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga is not merely about seeing God, it is about seeing God, seeing through God's eyes. Vishwarupa Darshana is not merely about seeing God, it is about seeing through God's eyes. When we do, the world is no longer fragmented or frightening, but one unified divine expression of purpose and love. Let us enter chapter 11 with reverence and openness to witness, to reflect, to reform. Insights. True selflessness purifies. When action is done without attachment, it becomes sacred. The young girl's act of giving away her only banana reveals how love, even amid scarcity, becomes divine expression. Seeing truth requires more than intellect. It needs courage to question and openness to perceive the unseen. Like Arjuna or Dr. Hanuman, insight arises when we look again, beyond the obvious. Resilience is not control but clarity, a spiritual lens that sees deeper presence behind life's chaos. Dr. Kavida's awareness of divine guidance amidst life and death moments reflects this strength. The switch that lights a room hides an unseen network of forces. Likewise, the divine quietly powers every experience. Realizing this transforms the mundane into moments of wonder and reverence. Endings are often beginnings in disguise. Like an old bridge giving way to the new, life's demolition or sacred transitions. Seeing time as a divine force brings peace in change. Devotion lies not in ritual, but the heart behind it. A child's innocent concern for God's comfort reveals that reverence makes every act, however small, a sacred offering. Unshakable faith mirrors divine love. Samuel's relentless search for his son reflects the Lord's unwavering presence. In love rooted in trust, fear dissolves and the impossible becomes possible. Spiritual striving ends where surrender begins. Mira's peace came not through effort but release. When the seeker drops all forms, only love remains. And in that stillness, truth is realized. In pure devotion, the ego dissolves. The violinist becomes the music. The devotee becomes one with the divine. In such oneness, there is no I, only love flowing into love. True devotion takes form in service. Ratan Tata's compassionate leadership exemplified action rooted in detachment, loyalty, care. When our work is offered to the divine, it uplifts all. Samuel Hahnemann, 1755 to 1843, was a pioneering German physician and the founder of homeopathy. He earned his medical degree from the University of Erlangen in 1779, allopathy. He initially practiced conventional medicine but became disillusioned with the harsh and often harmful treatments of his time, such as bloodletting and purging. Driven by a scientific curiosity to look beyond accepted norms, Hahnemann's breakthrough came while translating a medical text about cinchona bark, used to treat malaria. Instead of accepting the prevailing theory, he experimented on himself and found that cinchona induced malaria-like symptoms in healthy individuals. This led him to purpose the principle of like cures like. A substance that causes symptoms in a healthy person can, in a minute dose, treat similar symptoms in a sick person. The principle became the foundation of homeopathy, which he developed and promoted through influential works like the Organon of Rational Healing. Hahnemann's relentless questioning, experimentation, and willingness to see beyond surface appearance echo the essence of slogan number 5, chapter number 11. Pashyame partha rupani Shatashota Sahasrasha Nana Vidani Divyani Nana Varnagrudini. Behold, O Partha, my hundreds and thousands of wonderful forms of various shapes, sizes, and colors. Like Arjuna, who was invited to look beyond the familiar and perceive the divine's infinite forms, Hahnemann dared to look beyond conventional medicine and discovered a new healing principle hidden in plain sight. His journey shows that truth often reveals itself in diverse, unexpected, and wondrous ways to those willing to truly see. Insight. Hahnemann. Today, lakhs or crores of people are benefited by homeopathy. It has been developed also. Even our Puja Swamiji, who learned homeopathy from one Dr. Hugo, who was in Tiruvannamalai. He was a great devotee of Ramana as well as Papa. So when Mataji was sick, he came here because no allopathic drug suited Mataji. So Dr. Hugo stayed here and then started treating him. He introduced this German diagnostic system called pendulum. It is not pendulum, it's called dowsing, D-O-W-S-I-N. And then anything and everything for Mataji has to be checked. So Swamiji learned this. We happened to come here during one of those times. We met Dr. Hugo also. And we saw him using it on Swamiji himself. We were thunderstruck. Once we were sitting in the Ramana room where Chandranji sits down. There was a medical chest there. Swamiji was also there. Suddenly Hugo came, looked at Swamiji, stretched his hand and started dowsing. Then he said, "You are having a headache." Swamiji, Severe headache. He went to the chest, opened the medicine, then again checked up. And like a child, Swamiji opened the, put the medicine there. I was witnessing. Our grandfather was also a homeopath. So we have that homeopathy background, legacy. But this I am seeing for the first time. After he went, we did not have the nervousness, grit to ask in front of him. So when he moved away, I asked him, who is this? He said, he is a German homeopath, also a great devotee. What did he do now? You did not utter a word. How did he come to know that you are having a headache? Then he said, the German way of diagnosis. Anybody can practice, yes. Then Swamiji picked it up. And for anything and everything, even food, Swamiji has to check. Then only Mataji can take. Because it was so delicate. Anyway, so that is Hanuman. Resilience. Dr. Kavita is an intensive care specialist, spending her days and nights in the heart of the hospital's ICU. She has seen patients recover miraculously when all hope seemed lost and others slip away despite every medical intervention. Over the years, she has come to be a humbling realization. When a patient survives against all odds, or when someone passes despite our care, I realize I am just an instrument. There is a power at work here, and that is far beyond human limits. In her daily rounds, Dr. Kavita interacts with people from all walks of life, patients, families, nurses, doctors. Outwardly, she sees only their titles, roles, and appearance, but she knows that the real story, the real truth are hidden beneath the surface. Sometimes a patient's simple smile, a family's silent prayer, or a nurse's gentle touch carries a weight and meaning that words cannot express. Just as astronomers use telescopes to see distant stars, or scientists use microscopes to reveal the world of cells, Dr. Kavita has learned to look beyond appearances. She strives to cultivate an inner clarity, a kind of spiritual lens that allows her to sense the deeper presence at work in every moment. She knows that a kind word, a tough moment, or even a coincidence may all be expressions of something greater, if only we are willing to see with more than just eyes. This insight is beautifully echoed in slogan number 8, chapter number 11. Natumam shakyase drashtum anaineva chakshusha divyam dadami te chakshu pashyame yogamaishvara. But you cannot see my cosmic form with these physical eyes of yours. Therefore, I grant you divine vision. Behold my majestic opulence. Divyam dadami te chakshu. I am giving you a new eye. With that you can see. Ordinary chakshu cannot do that. Natumam shakyasi drashtum. Anaineva swachakshusha. With your own you cannot. Divyam dadami te chakshu. To you I am giving. Pashyame yogam aishwaram. Beautiful. Dr. Kavita's journey reminds us that life's greatest mysteries and meanings are rarely visible on the surface. It is only when we develop the inner eye, through humility, openness, and a willingness to look deeper, that we begin to perceive the divine presence behind the events of our daily lives. In this way, every moment, no matter how ordinary or extraordinary, becomes a window to the infinite. Previously, when we were reading this, we were mentally visualizing that Arjuna was given a supernatural eye, It might be true, might not be true, we don't know. But we cannot now understand that, What is that supernatural eye? But this we can understand. Supernatural eye is something by when we reflect more and more, we try to unearth more and more of the hidden secrets. Then we can understand this is called the hidden eye. Dr. Kavita's journey reminds us that life's greatest mysteries and meanings are rarely visible on the surface. It is only when we develop the inner eye, through humility, openness, a willingness to look deeper, that we begin to perceive the divine presence behind the events of our daily lives. In this way, every moment, no matter how ordinary or extraordinary, becomes a window to the infinite. Dr. Henneman, Dr. Kavita. Slogan number 5, slogan number 8. We move to the third one. Again, Dr. Samuel. Dr. Samuel Hahnemann, the founder of homeopathy, discovered through his experiments in the late 18th century that medical elements could be preserved and even potentiated in alcohol. He observed that when a substance was diluted in alcohol and vigorously shaken, the curative powers of the substance increased despite the material quantity increasing. Actually, in Ayurveda also this is there. Muttata Artichari. This is repeated. He reasoned that alcohol acted as a medium to liberate and carry the subtle dynamic essence of the medical substance, which he believed affected the vital force in humans. Dr. Hennemann's discovery reveals that a subtle power can provide and express itself a subtle power can pervade, Dr. Hennemann's discovery reveals that a subtle power can pervade and express itself through a medium, alcohol. In this case, despite the medium not visibly carrying the whole of the original substance. The spirit-like dynamic energy of the medicine resides in the subtle vibrations transferred through alcohol. This is mirrored in the 13th shloka of the 11th chapter. It is to us, it's a mystery, When nowadays you may not be able to know at all. The present generation have no idea at all. But we can tell you this much. Previously, when we were using firewood, to cook, you get the vegetable charcoal. It's called vegetable charcoal. From that vegetable charcoal, a medicine has been produced in homeopathy. It's called carbo-veg. Carbo-veg is a wonderful remedy for gas. So many things, we have witnessed one incident. Puja Swamiji, both of us were coming. We were in that corner of L building. And there is a tree, where a cemented platform is there. Somebody was sitting there and he was literally crying. So many people are inside. So Swamiji asked, what happened? He has had massive heart attack. He has to be taken into the hospital. Swamiji told me, get the pendulum. I ran here from his room, took the pendulum, went there. He said, take carbo-veg. 200. Rushed back. He gave 6 or 8 pills. Both of us stood there for 15 to 20 minutes. The man got up, went to his room. So just imagine, carbo-veg, vegetable carbon, there is a medicinal property there which is now transferred to which is taken out from the matter. Nothing, no matter will be there. But that spirit, that power is transferred. That power is transferred to the alcohol. And then a mother tincture is made, then potentized. Then we put it in plain globules called sugar of milk. The one which you get. Plain globules. It has no medical. When you put this mother tincture and shake, all these are the tincture, the effect of the tincture, it gets, what do you call that? It becomes one with the pill, and it's easy to take the pill rather than a tincture. So this is the idea. Just imagine. So Dr. Hahnemann's discovery reveals that a subtle power can pervade and express itself through a medium alcohol. In this case, despite the medium not visibly carrying the whole means the power of the original substance. The spirit-like dynamic energy of the medicine resides in the subtle vibrations transferred through alcohol. This is mirrored in the 13th shloka of the 11th chapter. Tatraikastam jagatkrishnam pravibhaktam anekatha apashyat devadevasya sharire pandavastata. Then there Arjuna could see the totality of the entire universe established in one place, in the body of the God of gods. Arjuna perceived the entire universe manifested in one form, the one containing the many, through the form, though the form is one, mysteriously holds within it the entirety of creation, just as a drop of potentized medicine in alcohol carries the invisible healing energy of the original substance. So here unless we know something about homeopathy, we may not be able to understand this. That is why it does not treat the disease. It treats the patient. This is the difference between allopathy and homeopathy. Allopathy is treated on the disease, symptomatic. Here, it is guided by the patient, the constitution of the patient. So one homeopath was telling us that when God had created this body, He also knows that we may disuse or misuse or abuse, and then some problem will come. But He has set right the curative, this thing. All that is needed now is to touch and kindle that, so that it will cure by itself. This is what homeopathy does. No matter. So this element touches and kindles. The carbo-veg, the vegetable carbon, inside it, though outwardly it is useless only for the igniting purpose, no? But to us, on the matter. But the power behind it is so powerful that it can avert so many disorders in the body. So many. We all carry it wherever we go, because so that we don't have to depend upon any medicine. Like that, anything. Preservation. So alcohol is the medium through which as a drop of potentized medicine in alcohol. So that is, the potentized medicine is preserved in the alcohol. The entire universe is seen the totality of the entire established universe in one place. Then we move to the fourth, potential. One evening, after a long day, a man returned home almost absent-mindedly, flicked on the light switch in the living room. Instantly, the room was filled with a warm, glowing light. To most, this would seem an ordinary, even trivial action. But as he sat quietly, the man began to reflect on what truly made the light possible. He realized that behind that simple switch was an entire intricate network. Engineers who designed the system, linemen who braved storms to repair wires, massive power stations humming with energy, and the very elements of nature, rivers turning turbines, sunlight striking solar panels, wind spinning blades, all these forces, seen or unseen, converged to bring light into his eyes, into his house. In that moment of awareness, the man felt a sense of wonder and humility. He recognized that every experience in life, whether as simple as turning on a light or as profound as facing a challenge, is made possible by countless silent forces working in harmony. When we look beyond the surface, we begin to perceive the divine presence in all things, guiding, sustaining, illuminating our lives. This deeper vision is beautifully described in slogan number 19. Anadi Madhyandam Ananda Viryam Ananda Bahum Shashi Surya Netram Pashyami Tvam Deepta Hutasha Vaktram Sotejasa Vishwam Idam Tabandam. Anadi Madhyandam Ananda Viryam Ananda Vahum Shashi Surya Netram Pashyami Tvam Deepta Hutasha Vaktram Sotejasa Vishwamidam Tabandam. I behold you as without beginning, middle or end, infinite in power, with countless arms, suns and moon as your eyes, and as a blazing fire as your mouth, illuminating the universe with your radiance. When we refine our vision and learn to see His presence in every experience, our awareness deepens and our hearts expand. We come to realize that the divine is not distant or abstract, but are intimately woven into the fabric of our daily lives, illuminating our world, just as the light fills a room at the flick of a switch. A simple, innocent sloga touches and kindles, a reality which every moment we are seeing. Just imagine the solar power now. Previously, we were not awakened, So when the question of electricity came, when we were children, we used to see generator. Now, there is no electricity in our district or anywhere. So for, anniversary, we need light, So at that time, some tractor will be there with that. That sound will be there somewhere. It will be kept a little far away. That was the first time we saw electricity, the bulb. Only bulb and the mic. Steam. So thermal. And then nuclear. Nuclear energy was helpful in generating it. And now, solar. 2 years back, 2 or 3 years back, we could never understand. Now, Ananda Ashram, this tiny little ashram, is also producing electricity. And giving to the electricity department. And the electricity department gives us power. And so when they give the power, when they prepare the bill, they reduce what we have given. Imagine. Daily, no cost. Surya Bhagavan. That is why money sitting in Bombay will know whether it has produced or not. Suppose a heavy rain, he said, oh, it is down with 25%, 40%, 40%. So this solar, just imagine, nobody knew, sun is there, we also criticize sun during our summer, and we invite him during our winter and rainy season, but we never knew that
Pardon?
We can't hear.
We can't hear. Mute.
Swamiji's voice can't be heard.
Swamiji's voice can't hear.
Muted.
Start to mute again.
automatically it got to.
Suddenly it got muted.
Yes. Hari Om.
Can you hear now? Gauri Shankar Mama?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So, solar now we know, solar is not that we have discovered. Solar power has been there. Beginningless and endless. So he provided something to tap that only now. Of course, 20 years back it has started, 30 years back it has started. Slowly. People were not believing. We were not believing. But now when you go to the Bhojanshala and then look up there, what is it? Panels. That panels draw the power from sun and passes it on to a process. Electricity is produced. We give to the electricity department. It can also be done here itself, provided we have battery. Then we don't have to depend upon electricity department. But battery is subject to change, repair, renewal. So we thought this is better. We produce and give them, we believe them, and they give us. So the potential, that is the one. Potentiality is there. So I behold you as without beginning, middle, end, infinite in power. With countless arms, suns, moon as your eyes, and as a blazing fire as your mouth, illuminating the universe with your radiance. We move to the fifth shloka. Sloka number 32, transition. In a bustling town by a river, an old bridge stood as a relic of a bygone era. For decades it had carried people and vehicles across the water, linking families, business, dreams. But as the years passed, the bridge began to show signs of serious wear. Cracks appeared, supports weakened, safety became a growing concern. Engineers inspected it and declared that despite its sentimental value, the bridge was no longer safe. The townspeople were saddened by the news, but they understood the risk. Eventually the day came when the bridge was carefully demolished, dust filled the air. Many watched with heavy hearts as the familiar structure was reduced to rubble. But yet, in the months that followed, something remarkable happened. In the same place, workers laid the foundation for a new bridge, wider, stronger, designed to meet the needs of the growing town. When it was finally completed, the new bridge not only restored the vital connection, but also brought renewed confidence and hope to the community. This story is a powerful reminder that destruction is not always an end, but often a necessary step towards renewal and progress. What seems like loss or devastation is, in truth, a transition orchestrated by the supreme force of time. This truth is eloquently expressed in Shloka number 32. कालोस्मि लोकक्षयकृत् प्रवृद्धो लोकान् समाहर्तमिहुं प्रवर्त ऋतेऽपि त्वां न भविष्यन्ति सर्वे ये वास्तिता प्रत्यनिकेषु योधा. कालोस्मिन्. I am the mighty time, the great destroyer of the worlds. Even without your action, all the warriors standing in battle shall perish. We hardly become aware of this truth, Every family, every member has witnessed death, destruction. But do we accept this? No. Understanding the interplay between destruction and renewal dissolves fear and resistance. We come to see that every ending is but a new beginning in disguise, and that the supreme force guiding these changes is both wise and compassionate. In this realization, we find the courage to let go, the wisdom to accept change, and the faith to embrace the truth. Kalosmi lokakshayakrit pravruddho लोकान् समाहर्तुमिह प्रवर्त ऋतेऽपि त्वां न भविष्यन्ति सर्वे एव स्थिताः प्रत्यनीकेषु योधा. So today we were able to dwell upon the eternal change that is taking place. The one behind the eternal change. Childhood, youth, adolescence, adult, youthful days, middle age, senior citizen, death. Birth to death. Inevitable. So in our life, God wants us to watch that if we continue to be childish, what happens? If we continue to be the next day, every time there is a evolution from one stage to another. That is why in good old days, now it may be relevant or irrelevant, we don't know. Brahmacharyam, Garhasthyam, Vanaprastham, Sannyasa. It is not that we have to undergo this. These are the stages, We try to have all sorts of our intellect becomes sharp, intelligent through our samyama, control, that is called Brahmacharya. Controlling everything, not allowing our sense organs to dissipate its energy. And then, in order that his Leela continues, he prompts us to enter into the wedlock. Creations are propagated, activities are going on, survival is there, so many activities, and after that you retire, think about these, and finally renounce everything and become one with Him. To know that the changes are taking place on a changeless substrate. So this beautifully it has been brought out. Faith. In 1988, Armenia was struck by a massive earthquake. Among the coyotes, Samuel and Daniel rushed to find their son Armand, whose school had collapsed. Where many wept in despair, Samuel chose action. Remembering his morning promise, I will always be there for you, he began digging through the rubble of a school, stone by stone, refusing to give up hope. Despite exhaustion, danger, and discouragement from others, Samuel dug alone for over 30 hours. Finally, he heard the faint voice, "Papa." It was Armand, alive in a small air pocket, along with 13 other children. I have read this so that Samuel was telling, the boy was telling to others, "Don't worry, my papa will come and tell you. He has promised that I will be always there for you." Strong faith, very strong faith. When Samuel called him out, he replied, "Let the others go first. I told them you would come because you promised." One father's unshaken love and perseverance saved 14 lives. His actions reflect the Gita's message in slogan number 43. Pitasi lokasya characharasya tvamasya pujyasya gurur gariyan nat talsamostu abhyadika kridanyo logatraye apya pratima prabhava. Pitasi lokasya characharasya. You are father of this world, moving and unmoving. You are to be adored by this world. You are the greatest guru, for there exists none who is equal to you. How can there be another superior to you in the three worlds, O being of unequaled power? Through Arjuna, this faith is touched and kindled in us. Through this example, it becomes a reality. The father was prompted to say, "I will always be there for you." Then the same power prompted him to persevere in spite of discouragement. Because debris is there, he is likely to lose his own life. And the boy's faith in him. He consoled everyone, "Don't worry, my father will come. He has promised that he would come." And finally, when the niche was open, he asked all the children to go first. Pitasi lokasya characharam. Nice word. Asyattvamasya pujyascha gurur gariya. You are the guru. Na tarsamoscha abhyad krityanya lokatrayepya prativa prabhava. Angeka Shresthanaya Harana. Who else is there? True love does not retreat in the face of difficulty. It endures, persists, protects. When anchored in faith in selflessness, even the impossible becomes possible. Such love, unshaken by fear or fatigue, mirrors the divine's own commitment to his creation. Just as Samuel stood as an unshaken refuge for his son, so too does the Lord stand for all, unwavering, ever-present, infinite in compassion. As Armand trusted his father's promise, Gita urges us to place such faith in the divine, who beyond all appearances never abandons those who seek him with love and surrender.
So trust will be correct. Trust instead of faith, the trust. Because trust is different from faith. From the shared.
Trust you can. But that word should come, okay? The first.
Faith begets faith.
Faith becomes
Faith begets faith.
Faith begets faith. That's right. Somebody tells and we immediately, we also develop faith. But when you bring trust, you should bring the trust word here. Let us. We will see.
It is there.
Eh?
Word is there, trust. You read, Swamiji read.
True love does not retreat in the face of difficulty. It endures.
He trusted his father.
When, just as Samuel stood as an unshaken refuge for his son, before that,
Last paragraph.
as Arman trusted his father's promise. The Gita urges us to place such faith in the divine, who beyond all appearances never abandoned. Anyway, let it be, both are okay. Reconciliation. You can put trust. Two close friends started a business. It thrived initially, but with the advent of newer technology, sales plummeted. Then one of the partners suddenly passed away. His brother, a deceased partner, seeing the losses mount, wished to close down, but the surviving partner refused. He had promised his deceased friend to keep the business going. As liabilities piled up, the brother was forced to take initial action. Tensions escalated. Finally, with the help of a mutual friend, the surviving partner agreed to hand over the business. On the day of transfer, they embraced. With tears and folded hands, he deeply apologized. Slogan number 44. Tasmat pranamya pranidhaya kayam prasadaye tvam aham ishamidhyam videva putrasya sakheva sakhyam priya priyarharsi deva sodum. Therefore, bowing down, I seek your grace. As a father to a son, a friend to a friend, as a beloved to the beloved, please forgive me. Tasmat pranasya pranidhaya kayam prasadaye tvam aham isham idhyam videva putrasya sakheva sakhyuah priya priyarharsi deva sodum. Like Arjuna in the shloka, the partner's apology sprang not from defeat but from humility and love. He sought forgiveness not legally but emotionally, restoring a bond that transcended ego and loss. We move to the before 8, tomorrow we can take day after tomorrow 8 and 9 and 10. We will just have a recap. So first was Dr. Henneman's theme was unseen, No. Pashyema partha rupani shatashayo sahasrasha. Innumerable, thousands and thousands of wonderful forms, hundreds and thousands of wonderful forms are there, of various shapes and colors. That means God is there in that. So in the Cinchona herb, or what do you call it? From there, which is prescribed for malaria, quinine. Previously, Wayanad was highly affected by malaria. So there, we have seen. Suddenly you will develop fever, then you become pale. In a month's time, you will die. No treatment. Manyapittam. So they will, the only thing is, on those days, this quinine, the Cinchona will be given. Somebody survives, somebody does not. But Hahnemann did not stop with that. That was the instrumental cause for him to bring out a world-renowned methodology called homeopathy. So that means God is there in anything and everything, it has to be unearthed. That is the theme. Then next, Dr. Kavita, she knew that behind the ICU operation, how many innocent, invisible hands are there working. You cannot see my cosmic form with physical eyes, Therefore, I grant you divine vision, behold. So therefore, Kavita's journey reminds us that life's greatest miseries and meanings are rarely visible on the surface. It is only when we develop the inner eye, reflection, that is what is called, contemplation, reflection, the probing nature. We are enjoying every creature comfort now, sitting on a chair, wearing our clothes. It has all come from that. The language, just imagine, if they were satisfied with that Mauna Bhasha, no? Silent language, we will not be able to talk now, Our ancestors were using the bark of the tree to cover their private parts. We will also be sitting here like that. But see now, every creature comfort we are enjoying, every, not one single, whether it is a chapel, whether it is a language, whether it is a umbrella, whether it is brush, paste, soap, wash basin, commode, whether any types of eatables, whether language, education, everything has come from that. But for that we should have the inner vision. It will not come by itself. In the Vivek Chudamani, I don't know, you all remember, there was a sloga which we put it there, Aptuktim Khananam Tatho Parishila Dutkarshanam Sigridi Nikshepa Samkshepate Nahibaki Shabdais. He says, when you suppose somebody says there is treasure. Just because you keep on telling treasure, it will not come. You have to do the khananam, mining, drilling, going within. Perseverance, patience, efforts, everything is necessary. That is called the inner eye. Everything has come from that, which God has given us. We have to make use of it. We are enjoying only because of that. You cannot see my cosmic form with these physical eyes, But this inner eye, going deep into everything. And from there we move to, again, Dr. Samuel, preservation. The great Shakti, the power, it has to exist, it has no matter, so it has to exist. So it needs a medium called alcohol. Because alcohol arrests deterioration. Probably you might remember when we were studying in school, in laboratory, they prepare everything in alcohol. They put this, even a child of 1 month, 2 months, like that. Yeah. So that means it preserves alcohol. Because it arrests the process of deterioration. Any other thing, it will deteriorate. That is the role of that. See, alcohol itself, how will it come? Just imagine. It has come from grains. It has come from even toddy. This one, no? Coconut. So it has come from the nature only. So God has given this alcohol, but alcohol has to be taken. So you have to distill and take the alcohol. And then the moment it comes out, just like the coconut oil comes out from the coconut, visibly there is no connection between coconut and the coconut oil, no? But this coconut oil has come from the coconut, that inner eye. You and I are using various types of oils, whether it is mustard oil, groundnut oil, coconut oil, sunflower oil. palm oil. Huh?
Sesame. Sesame, she says oil. Sesame. Sesame oil.
Till oil. Till oil, correct. Sesame. Tiny little sesame, you know. And the mustard, just imagine how he has put this oil content there. Similarly, alcohol is also there. And he has deposited, he prompted his selected instrument to declare. Everybody would have laughed, but he perseveringly took it up and brought out the oil from it. And after that, even they are using it, comfortably forgetting all these things. So this is, I think that is enough. Tomorrow we will go. Tomorrow, day after tomorrow. Wonderful. So it touches. So Gita study into daily life enables us now to learn more and more about our living, you know, not about something else which we have to see after death or moksha. Now and here, it deals with, provided we look at it with that angle. Hari Om. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om to everybody.
Hari Om, Pranam Swami.
Pranam, pranam, pranam.
Hari Om, Pranam Swami.
Pranam, pranam.
Namaskaram Swami.
Namaskaram, namaskaram, namaskaram. Hari Om.
Pranam Swami.
Pranam, pranam.